Hello, it's Laurel again. Hello, ladies. I just wanted to make a real quick video and just talk about half of the wellness wheel that I made um, like a year ago. I'm looking forward to making my new one, but I haven't done it yet. And so I just wanted to share part of the wellness wheel that I made before. So let's see if I can figure out how to flip this camera. Okay, here. I think I've got it. So I was just going to read it to you. The sections that I can see. I can see beauty, so I'm going to start there. With beauty, I followed Cindy G's teachings again, and I went with organic only. So part of the Fibroid Healing Academy regimen and lesson plan included cleaning out all your beauty products, making sure that everything is organic. And so I stick to that aesthetic. I also use coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil as my moisturizer. I don't buy pre-made lotions, and if I do, I read the labels. There's no internal products, just cotton pads only for when I'm having that time of the month. And I make sure and exercise and sleep and eat right for true beauty. That's really, that's that internal work. Like, the coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil are great moisturizers, and they're great moisturizers when you add them to your diet. They moisturize internally, and same with drinking plenty of water. Nutrition, I wrote in that section. I wrote, I dance in my kitchen, raw vegan for life. I love that Cindy G taught me to have a sexy, beautiful time in the kitchen, make it fun. So I love turning on some music, dancing in the kitchen while I cook. I love eating mostly raw, and I love being vegan. I love the saying that I got from an old kids book called Dinotopia. Oh, hi, Valerie. Thanks for joining. I was just reading part of my wellness wheel. I was just saying under the nutrition section, I have this this old quote from a kid's book called Dinotopia, and it says, "Eat to live, don't live to eat." And I just love that. That's really what I stick to. And I also like the saying that Cindy G taught me, like, if it's made in a plant, that's not necessarily what you want to be eating. If it is a plant, that's different. That's okay. And then I also believe in being vegan for 3 reasons. For animals, not so much animal rights, but just for my own personal belief about, like, I don't want to get eaten, so I don't want to eat animals. And then I also believe in eating for the sake of the health of the planet, and then for my own health. I've read a book long ago, back in the early 90s, called Diet for a New America, and it talked about how the vegan diet is best for those 3 reasons: for the animals, for the planet, and for your own health. And the author really broke it down and explained those 3 categories really, really impeccably. So I have vacillated on and off between being vegan and not being vegan, but now that I'm on a healing and healthy lifestyle change, I'm staying vegan, and I love that it's for those 3 reasons. I also, under the self-care section, I wrote that I burn candles, I burn incense, I do sage smudging, or I'll do Palo Santo smudging. I really think that that's part of taking care of myself and showing myself a little time to slow down and love myself, and do, like, just the tiny things that make a difference to me, that matter to me. And along those same lines, I like bubble baths. I like taking essential oil and a little bit of apple cider vinegar and a little bit of Himalayan sea salt and a little bit of, like I said, coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil, and putting all that in my bath and taking just a nice self-care time for myself. I use essential oils as my perfumes, or if I do use perfumes, I'll use something that I know is organic or totally like a clean product. And cooking and smoothies and meditation, all these things are the things that I do for my self-care that matter to me, that feel good to me. The meditation, especially, I put that in all caps. And along those same lines, like I try to stick to watching mellow TV and, you know, cooking shows or documentaries or just like things that are, you know, mellow to me, because, you know, I can get a little sensitive to, you know, suspenseful shows or edge of your seat dramas. Like, I'm the one at the edge of my seat. And organic makeup, again, like I mentioned before in the beauty section, like that's something that costs a little extra. I could go buy cheaper stuff at Target, but I really want to love myself and take care of myself, and that's the extra mile that I'm willing to go to make sure that I stay healthy and that I take care of myself. And along those lines, I wrote the FHA. Like, that was something that I had to do for myself, is join the Fibroid Healing Academy and take those classes and show up and be accountable and set those routines and regimens and life changes. That was something that I did for myself. That's part of my self-care that I still do for myself. And the next section I wrote is confidence. And again, meditation. I think that's really the number one thing that really, I could say, gives me confidence. It's interesting how if I just stop and slow down and sort of feel my body and feel my energy, almost like my true natural vibration, but literally, like, you know, I could say my vibration, like my feeling or what kind of person I am, but really, I mean, almost like the tingling of the energy in my body, like in my bloodstream, or just being me, like earlier this morning, how I felt it through my toes all the way up through my shoulders. Like, I can just feel. Hi, Janice. I'm just describing the wellness wheel that you invented so beautifully, and just loving describing it. Anyways, I was just saying how I just love the feeling of meditation getting me back into my body and into my true self. That's part of what really gives me confidence, and I do have to do it, you know, every day. It's not something that I can just wake up and keep with me all the time. I have to do meditation every day, just like everybody else. Anyways, the next thing I wrote, I'll turn the camera back around, is HALT, and that's an acronym for hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And if I'm any of those things, I know to halt. That sort of undermines my confidence. If I let those things get away with me or get away from me, I need to stop and halt if I'm hungry or angry or lonely or tired. Another thing that I do for securing my confidence is planning ahead. It's what Abraham Hicks talks about as segment intending. Even just the thought of, you know, the next, you know, scene in your life, you know, after you turn off this video, you're going to go, you know, check your phone, or you're going to go make your lunch, or whatever it is. Like, just thinking about that and seeing it in a good light, or seeing it the way you want it to go, is even planning ahead, you know. And that segment intending really helps me maintain my high vibration and my confidence throughout the day. I also really still do a lot of journaling. I think that I'm just a writer at heart. I think that stopping to journal and really stopping to then reread the journal is an excellent way to sort of grow, to sort of get to know myself. And then I love, you know, expressing myself through journaling, but then I think it's the reflection and the going back and rereading where I get the most growth and the most like out of it. And then back to the self-care section, like that's part of the confidence. The self-care is a must. That's just I've learned, you know, as a mom, it was all about being selfless, and that's just not healthy for me. There's got to be time for myself, and so self-care is a must. And the last section that I want to talk about really quickly is relationships section. Like, I think being kind, being loving, appreciating all I have, those are the things that really help me stay in a high vibration, the highest vibration. That gratitude is really, I think, one of the most healing aspects and one of the most healing things that I did during meditation to really enable my healing. Appreciating all I have, or appreciating, you know, the things that I can appreciate right in the moment that I can even think of. If I'm struggling, like, okay, look around, what do I appreciate? And putting myself first, back to that self-care. I think that that's an important aspect of relationship that I never really focused on before. That's now a much more important focus for me, especially when I think about the wheel of wellness. This is definitely an aspect that I have to remember for the whole wheel, is putting myself first and loving myself. And so that's the first half of the wellness wheel that I've got. I'll get back to and get the second half done. I wish you a happy Sunday, happy day, happy weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye, ladies.